Hello and welcome to the Mad Leprechaun. My name is Mert Walsh. Welcome to Birmingham NEC for this year's Motorcycle Live 2025. Please do stick around and stay tuned until after the intro to find out what I've been up to over the last 3 days. Chris, hi, from Langen Motorcycles?
Yes.
Thanks ever so much for your time. Where did Langen Motorcycles, where did it start?
We started in 2019.
Yep.
I was previously working for another motorcycle manufacturer and sort of, done everything I wanted to do in the motorcycle industry, I thought at that time. So I really wanted to create something a bit special in the motorcycle space where we're manufacturing in the UK all the components and something that was sort of build a bike that was just a dream bike, from the ground up, including the engine. So a friend of the company, started to do some engineering work to fund the development. Was developing the bike at night, and then the two-stroke was born a couple of years later.
So I was lucky enough that I did a video with pal of mine, Gordon, on one of your bikes, which kind of introduced, well, I have to say Henry Cole introduced me to Langen, because I'm a Henry Cole fan. And then Gordon said, I've got a Langen 250. I went, handbrake, what? So we did a really lovely video about that. And then someone, I think Motor Bob, mentioned that this
Lightspeed
had been conceived. Tell me.
Well, the two-stroke was limited to 100 builds, individual builds, and they have now sold out. So the order book's closed. So we need a successor, the tricky second album. And what we wanted to do was create something that was completely different than the two-stroke, because we're not just a two-stroke company; we're just a special motorbike company.
Yes.
So the Lightspeed, however, was in the plan from day one. It was always a bike that I wanted to build. Finding an engine that was the perfect engine to do it was difficult. So when we finally got to the stage where
so I guess a little bit like Brough Superior back in the day, they would take the best components and.
So in this case, it's just the engine. Everything else we sort of designed from the ground up. But the Rotax developed engine was for Eric Buell to do superbike racing, and he won the AMA Superbike Series, and he did some World Superbikes. So it's a dramatic V-twin with loads of torque everywhere, maximum torque everywhere, but it revs as well. Very light and slim. It fits perfectly with the Langen DNA to then build the rest of the bike around it.
So the 250 was a two-stroke V-twin.
Two-stroke V-twin, 120 something kilograms, 76 horsepower. It's about power to weight, and this is again
power to weight.
This has got the magic 1,000 horsepower per ton. Nice and easy numbers. 185 kilogram. 185 horsepower, and we're building 185 of them.
And see, this is why I'm getting Chris to tell the story, because if I tried to regurgitate it all, it wouldn't sound right.
I've tried to make it easy.
No, cool. So, having a look at the bike and some of the design cues and features on the bike, it's beautifully engineered. It's beautifully designed. So, how much of the two-stroke did you design, and how much of this bike did you design?
Well, the two-stroke, so the original prototype of the two-stroke was completely me, sort of, because we didn't have any employees at the time.
Is that your genre? Is that your?
That is my background. Automotive design engineer, motorcyclists. So they come together to design a motorbike. And then now we've got a team, a small team. We've got 7 people plus lots of outside contract help that are almost full time. And very talented, dedicated individuals, far smarter than I am. We come with a concept and engineer the best bike that we possibly can, and then figure out what it costs at the end of it.
Right. So we'll talk about cost and how much, because I know that Gordon's 250, and I keep on referring to the 250, but I kind of know about that bike. I know that because when he came to the show, he saw a bike and went, I want that bike. And then he changed a few bits and pieces, nuts, bolts, washers, and you can really, on every build, the customer can get that involved. And I think that's the beauty of your product. The customer can get so involved in it.
A part of the process is the customer coming and designing the bike. So most of we've got so many sort of options, accessories, performance, ergonomics, and things like that for the two-stroke that didn't exist in the beginning. They exist because a certain customer came and asked for a different handlebar setup, so we developed it, and then we offer it to everybody. So most of the options catalogue now is developed by the customers as well. Aesthetic-wise, all the material finishes, the seat, the paint, metal finishes can all be changed anyway too. The world's your oyster. You can have anything, but if there's anything specific that doesn't exist yet, if it's within reason, then we'd love to get involved and do that. So we're taking some of that learning into the Lightspeed, and we'll have a lot of those options available. But I'm sure as we start bringing the Lightspeed customers into the workshop, we'll start to develop more accessories and options for those as well.
So now you have 4 other two-strokes on display here, and every single one of those 4, and even the one that Gordon has, they're all different. They look similar, but they're all different.
It's amazing.
They're quite unique, aren't they? So are they all customer bikes?
They're customer bikes, that's right.
And it's, how many of these have you built so far, or is this?
Well, the production starts in summer next year. So as we complete the full production of the two-strokes, we will go straight into building this. So this is the production bike. This is tooled up. We're starting working on the homologation next year for exports. So this is the bike that's going to take Langen out of Britain into other markets.
So your two-stroke went outside of...
Yeah, I mean, so the two-stroke was, we put them through the single vehicle approval scheme so we can be a bit noisier and more powerful, and we can change things like wheels and handlebars, which you can't do with homologation. So, but actually, we've been inundated with people in Japan, in the US, and New Zealand. So we're shipping bikes out there, some to collectors. Some we've found ways of getting them on the road, particularly in the US. We now have a way to get them registered on the road in the States. So, the Langen, the Langen Lightspeed is the same. Big interest from the US, interest from Europe. So, we're trying to get the bikes out there outside of just the UK.
Brilliant. I love them. I really do love them. I just think I brought another motor vlogger who's arrived here this weekend, and he only has one type of bike on his channel, and I said, you have to come down and see the Langen, you have to. And he came down and he drooled over it for half an hour. He loved it. And like that, I know I've probably asked you some questions that other people have asked you in the past, but some people, hopefully, haven't heard those questions asked before.
Yeah, and some people haven't heard of us yet. So we are, up to now for the past 6 years, we're a team of engineers, technicians. We don't really have a marketing team, so we just let the bikes do the talking, and now we've got bikes in the wild. That's great. But I think we're desperate to shout about what we're doing, because we're thinking it's pretty special for the British motorcycle industry. And
so if we haven't focused on that already, so the two-stroke engine was designed by a Ferrari engineer?
Well, he was ex-Ferrari F1 engineer, and then he set up on his own, absolute genius, two-stroke fanatic. Developed the engine as a race engine, and we've worked with Vince and Vincenzo for a number of years to really fine-tune it into a road engine. Torque in the right places, drivability, charging in traffic jams and things like that.
But all of the other components, other tan the engine, all of the other components on that bike.
Well, we've got Swedish forks, but everything else is British.
Okay.
British. The chassis is made in Bristol. We design and assemble everything, and then we use a lot. We've got a great supply chain of motorsport and aerospace companies in this country, which is the best in the world. So we're using them.
And the same is going to go for this.
With the Lightspeed.
So the engine.
The engine's currently
I know you said it's Buell, but
it was developed by Rotax, but it's being assembled in Grand Rapids by Buell at the moment. So we get straight from them. But then the electronics package on top of that is completely bespoke. That's we've got ride-by-wire throttle on this now, so which for such a powerful and light bike, we need things like traction control, launch control, so we can the traffic light Grand Prix is what this bike is about.
Brilliant. So that's this season or generation, two-stroke, four-stroke V-twin. Is there another bike in your head?
Well, we've I think we have given a sneak peek into something on a really small number scale that we're doing. So, and it is in the works, and that's a turbo version of this bike.
Really?
It's just because we can. You'll see there's a lot of, so it's all been packaged and engineered in, so we can create that bike. That's coming down the line. We've got a lot of work to do, but what we want to do is take something iconic from the past, or with bags of character as a turbo bike, but bring it up to date. And you know, we think we can get that boost in the waist really drivable. So what power that's going to be, you know, in the road form, somewhere between 250 horsepower plus. In the track only mode, well, you know, it'll be the world's your oyster.
Okay, so brilliant. Listen, I'll let you on. I realise you're busy. Thanks ever so much for your time.
Yeah, I'll watch out for the video.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed this video for any particular reason whatsoever, please feel free to leave a thumbs down. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ding dong the notification bell if you'd be so kind. And then hopefully, all being well, I shall see you another time in another video. Until next time, people, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.